Hey y'all, I wanted to do this video and talk about relationships with boundaries. So we all have our stuff. We all have our things. We all have our preferences. But the thing is, you matter. The preferences, the boundaries that you choose to have in place in your life, they matter. So you need to make sure that you're implementing these things and being intentional about the people in your life respecting those boundaries. And I say that to say, if you have people in your life who are constantly nagging at you, so to speak, someone who is not necessarily building you up, someone who you are kind of questioning whether they have your best interests at heart, someone who's constantly just trying to check and see what you're doing, not really how you're doing, that sort of thing, that iffy vibe. But you love them, they may even love you, and you may know this for sure, right? So it's not really a situation whether you want to cut them off and eliminate them from your life. It's more so the boundaries, them not necessarily respecting those boundaries, or you may not even having the courage to tell them because they may not be receptive of it. So if in these type of situations, whether it's a manager, whether it's a friend, whether it's a sister or a brother, or maybe even mother or father, my suggestion to you would be to do what's comfortable for you, and take this as a sign from God that if you know for a fact that you don't want to be treated in the way that the person is treating you, then make that be the ultimate reason for you not to treat other people that way. If you don't like for someone to be judgmental towards you about your decisions, you like support, then support people. And don't be judgmental when someone calls you and tell you that they're about to make a move in life that you wouldn't necessarily have made because you aren't at that place in your life, or what have you. And if you don't agree with it, maybe that's not the right time to tell them because they're so excited about it. But make sure you're not turning into or exemplifying the same traits as that same person that you're kind of standoffish with. And that's to my next point. Just because you have someone in your life that you love and that you care about, and you know that they could potentially really love and care about you, that don't mean that y'all have to be like this. That doesn't mean that. There is nothing wrong with distance, a healthy distance in a relationship. If you have a friend that you and her, or you and him used to be really, really close, and as time go on, you notice that relationship just isn't holding the same momentum that it used to, that's okay. Healthy distance is probably what's going to help that relationship sustain itself. Because if you pushing and pulling and forcing it, then that could potentially make that relationship transition. And you don't want that because you love this person, you care about this person. So make sure that you are the one who is respecting your boundaries first hand. If you have a friend that you love and care about, you don't have to tell that friend all your business. Keep your business close to you. Allow people to earn that right. If you're not pouring into me, if you're not helping me, then I'm not sharing my business with you. Why should I? So you could pick apart my life and say what you would have did with what I should have did? No, I don't. And the people in my life who I have like that, I keep it short. I do not share a lot of information because one thing I have noticed that I have a lot more courage and a lot more faith to do things that they wouldn't have done. And see, they'll try to live their life through me and try to tell me how to live my life and have me scared and frantic and all filled with anxiety. And I just don't need that. I'm hard enough on myself. I don't need anybody else making me have to justify what I do and what I don't do and check in with them and what you got going on. That's unhealthy. And I'm not dealing with it. So I know for a fact, if you are in a similar situation with any relationship in your life, you need to make sure that you are respecting those boundaries. If you know for a fact what this person's character, everything it includes, when it includes this person, then you move forward accordingly. Boom. There it is. Just because someone is different from you or loves different from you don't mean that you have to cut this person off from your life. You can, however, be strategic about the way that you deal with that person or people going forward. Boom, there it is. I don't like the way they made me feel when I just got off the phone with this person. I don't like like the way it feels the last time I text them or the last time I was in their presence. So what was it about that? Were they critical? Were they dry? Were they uninviting? Whatever that is, let that be a note to self that I'm not going to be that way towards people, because I know that that's not a good feeling on the other end of it. I know for me, I am not judgmental. People share and always have shared the deepest, dirtiest stuff about themselves with me because I'm not judgmental, and they know it. However, I have had some of the most judgmental friends in life. When we were currently friends, after whatever, just toxic. And I don't like it. I do not like it. I know that God speaks to me. He's not going to speak to you about me. He's going to speak to me about me. So I don't need you, especially if I'm not asking you. I don't need you to tell me or ask me about something that I didn't bring up. If I didn't ask you, that means I don't want to talk about it. Or, I don't necessarily want to talk about it with you, or I don't want to talk about it at all. It's not a good time. Respect my boundaries. And if that's not a conversation that you can have with this person, again, you respect your boundaries and keep your distance, a healthy distance for you, so that you can stay emotionally healthy. Boundaries matter. Your peace matters. So let you be the first to adhere to the boundaries that need to be placed in your life for the relationships that you have. Life is too short. And in this generation, we like to throw everything away. We don't like to give people time. We don't like to give them second, third, fourth, 5 chances. Nope, we want to throw everything away. And that's just not cool. Give people the space that they need to be them. I ain't telling you to go out trying to change nobody, nothing like that. If you've tried, if you know, whatever. But I'm telling you firsthand, regardless if they're receptive of it or not, you need to make sure that you are adhering to your boundaries, because they're yours. The peace is yours. This life is yours, and you're responsible for it. I love you. Take care.